Well, then we're going to start the meeting at 9:01. And everybody's had a chance to read and review the agenda.
Yep.
So we're looking for somebody to move and second it,
I will.
and I will second it. Any declarations of conflict of interest?
I don't think so.
Seeing none, we'll go to adopt the previous minutes. And we'll adopt them. I'll move it. You can second it if you don't mind, Mayor Hagman.
Sure, absolutely.
All right. And then we're going to go business arising from.
Okay.
So I had one.
Okay.
Under 5, it was noted Public Works completed first phase. And I know that we had a site meeting with some of the people who are going to tender on it. I'm just wondering if we got any tenders in or if that is closed yet, Katie. The knocking down. I'm sorry, your mic's off.
For the courthouse?
Yes.
So we had the first site meeting on Tuesday last week. From there was a few questions. We have 3, possibly 4 contractors that are interested in bidding. They have requested a second site visit to do some more measurements. So that's happening tomorrow at 9 a.m. And from there, we are extending the closing for 1.5 weeks. I don't have the exact date as to when that will be, but the contractors asked for a little bit longer to obtain some more pricing. So I did have a meeting with Telek Engineering yesterday to confirm some of the concerns that the operators or the contractors had. One of which, and we've decided that the town will pay the tipping fees. So typically we put the tipping fees into the contract and then the contractor pays that. So essentially it's a money in, money out for the town. But when you're giving it to a contractor, they're going to up that price. So this way we'll keep it at our price. It'll be a cost savings to the contract. So that's an efficiency we found there. So we're still working through that, but we hope to have that closed. I want to say it's the 25th, if that gives us the extra week and a half. So we'll be looking at August as demo.
Perfect. Thank you. Mayor Hagman, do you have anything on the last minutes?
No, I just had questions under the projects themselves.
On the which, I'm sorry?
Under the projects themselves.
Oh, okay.
So it's coming up.
All right, perfect. We have no public presentations, and we'll move on to administrative reports, and we have what's going on in the town of Blind River. Okay, the Public Works building, are we going to replace the whole roof? Is that what we're looking at under Public Works building roof? Is that what's going on, Katie, or?
Sorry, you cut out on Public Works. The Wi-Fi is not the best here.
Yeah, I see you're getting all kind of squiggly every now and then. Public Works building roof, it says Patrick Roofing has confirmed material process is feasible, pricing pending. So are they going to replace the whole roof?
No, we have a leak, and we've had a leak for a number of years in the foreman's office. So it will be fixing a leak.
Okay. So it's just some material. It's not a whole roof. I don't know, for some reason I was thinking, what the hell? Okay.
It's just the corner of Al's office.
Okay. The second one I had on that was the Marina Walkway improvements. JI is underway and scheduled for completion of June 30th. Is he going to get cement?
That's what we're waiting for. That's the delay now.
Yeah, that says.
So we don't know what it is. So we've requested from our engineer to go back to JI and ask what's the timeline that they've been given, but I haven't got that yet. Our meeting with Telek is immediately following this meeting, so I'll have updates after this.
Okay, perfect. Did you have anything, Mayor? Hey.
I was just wondering for the projects where there are grants, if the projects aren't able to get completed this year, what happens? Because I know with some grants it's use it or lose it.
Yeah, so some are, time dependent, but all funders are fully aware of the issues that the world is having right now with supplies. So all funders are kept in the loop as we move forward with the project. And should we see that there's going to be delays due to supply chain issues, they've all been excellent to deal with, as long as we're showing them where we're at with it and what the issue is. So it's been really well received from all funders.
Oh, good. That's a relief.
Yeah, it's good to hear. Katie, on the wastewater projects, are we ever going to fix that hum at the wastewater treatment plant? Because I mean, I have a 4-hour sleep last night. That's all you hear. Even when I sleep in my room, it actually comes down the chimney. And the chimney's next to my room, so I end up sleeping on the couch because all I hear is that hum.
So you may have been absent from the council meeting when we had the wastewater project deliveries from SEMA. So they touched on the hum that's happening at the wastewater plant, and they associated some costs with those projects. So it's quite expensive to change those blowers out. It can be done, and it's part of the long-term plan with the wastewater plant. So that plan is actually, I believe, Pam can correct me here, it should be on our website. I'm not sure that it is, but I can certainly get you that plan if it's not, and we can get them posted so that people are aware of what the long-term plan is for the water and the wastewater. It all comes down to council committing large amounts of budget capital towards these projects. So we do have a 5-year plan for both the water and the wastewater upgrades from SEMA. So I know it's a long about way of saying it can't be fixed tomorrow. It's something that's, you know, probably close to, I believe the blowers were close to 300 to replace, I believe. But I
Shut
have to
them
go
off
back
at
to that
night?
report.
Could they not just shut them off at
No,
night?
that's not possible. That is not
Yeah.
possible unless we want to contaminate our system. It's part of the overall
God.
operation of the.
So I've got to get a comfier couch.
We're hoping that we can convince the powers that be, if we get a delegation in Ottawa, to loan us some money, HP, so that if you think you've got it bad, think about Guy Chenard.
Mhm.
He's right next door, and it's definitely, you can hear it out on the water when you go by.
Oh yeah, it's crazy that it comes this far, but where are we on the Woodward sewer and water replacement there?
So the Woodward Sewer and Water, before I left on holidays, I did give council an update that we were looking at getting the tender out. When I did speak with the engineers on the Tuesday last week, the issues we've ran into with that project is we do have soil contamination in that area. We're thinking that it may be because the sewer has been broken and leaching out of the pipes. So we believe that that's part of it. So we have to come up with a remediation plan. The other issue is that some of our easements are not legal easements. So they need to be rectified, and we need to have some conversations with one of the new property owners along Woodward to obtain a piece of property there so that we have the appropriate easements for drainage. So that's all taking place this week as well. And we hope to have those few loose ends tied up so that we can continue with the tender being released. But without those two key pieces, we can't release the tender.
Go ahead, Mayor Sally.
I just wondered, the PUC was over on Woodward and the other day, and I just wondered if there's any update as to why they were there.
So PUC is involved when we're changing out hydrants, and we changed out the hydrant at the high school. We moved it from private property and placed it onto our property so that we can work on it, and it's in a better location as per the recommendation of the foreman. So they're there to turn off valves as per their contract. At the same time, let's just say they did not take the advice of the foreman with the valve that they were to turn off, and they ended up turning off water to some of the residents. So that was rectified quite quickly. But one of the valves that they did turn off at Dawsey and Woodward was broken. As we know, our infrastructure is quite old, and the bolts were rotted. And so when they turned it, they did break it. So we do have an emergency locate in for that, and we will be digging that valve up hopefully tomorrow if they come and do the locates today.
Okay. And one more, Haynes Hawkins, any progress with that?
Haynes Hawkins has been approved by the railway and signed off. Chris had done some additional tweaks based on our conversation on Tuesday, and I hope to have that timeline from him today at 10 o'clock.
Okay, I'm just hoping we can get it started before school starts.
And we're going
That's
to
not going to be possible now. That we're going to run into school now for sure.
Okay.
and we're tunneling under it, under the railroad. We're going to tunnel under it.
I believe yes. I believe yes.
Okay. Okay, that's all I had. Is you have anything else, Mayor Hagman?
No, that was all I had to.
Anything else we should know, Katie?
Our information center, we're chasing that contractor right now. They worked really, really well up until a certain point, and now we're seem to be at the very end of the game and we're chasing them. So Tyler from Telek Engineering and I had a frank discussion yesterday, and I should have an answer from him, he said, for the 10 o'clock meeting as well. So I'll know more about that project at that time.
Okay.
And then we did have an interested party in some development of apartment buildings in some locations within town for seniors. So we're looking at some infrastructure studies that we need to provide to them. So again, going back to SEMA, it was a really good investment for the town to make into that firm, because now I can take that documentation and provide it to this developer, along with our future plan for increasing the capacities. So again, SEMA was a really good use of tax dollars to get the necessary data to move us forward in future projects.
And I think the SEMA report will be equally good when we're working with the ministry lobbying for more money. And HP, that report is on under the council meeting.
Yeah, I saw it there. What I was gonna say was when somebody comes along and says they want to do something with multi, especially with multi units, do we let them know that our water pressure is low and that they will have to install a pump for extra pressure? Is that part of our building code now, or?
So what we do is we have a meeting with the developer as recommended through our strat plan. We have a meeting with our developer as well as our planner. So we always have Kevin Jarvis on the phone, who is a guru with our official plan and our zoning bylaw, and lets them know exactly what they can and cannot do under the official plan and the zoning bylaw. And he also let them know that there was some potential issues with our water. And I did advise that we are working through that through our SEMA action plan. However, the municipality's recommendation would be that they install a booster pump, especially in the area that they're looking at.
Okay, perfect. All right. If that's it under administration reports, we can go to the treasurer's Sandy dump. It's too bad Jim isn't here. I know he asked for this. But that's okay. We can still look at it.
Chair Roy, sure. I have one more point I'd like to bring forward.
Yeah, go right ahead.
So in past years, we've run into some issues with some training at Public Works to have them signed off on equipment. The foreman and the sub-foreman don't feel that they're qualified to do that, to sign our employees off. So we've always incurred roughly $4,500 to $7,000 per time. So it's not every year, it's every other year that we've been having a contractor come in from the sewer Sudbury to sign off our employees. But through discussions with our deputy fire chief, who happens to work for Leroy Construction as well, he does have the qualifications, and in speaking with the Ministry of Training, they would accept, because he is technically our employee as well, utilizing his services to assist us at the Public Works and having our employees signed off. And if they need more training, to direct them into where they can get the necessary training to improve all of our equipment operations. So I am meeting with him tomorrow to go through what those costs might look like. So that will be coming forward to council, but I will find this year within our operating budget. But it's just a heads up as to why those costs will be there. But it's a definite huge cost savings to the municipality, and it complies with our insurance as well as the Ministry of Training.
That's good news. It's good when we can use somebody local in. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So he'll be basically just billing us. It's not part of his hourly wage or anything, right? So
We'll be putting it through as he is our employee, so he is set up with an employee information. So we'll be putting it through our payroll. Yes.
okay. All right, good. Anything else?
I
Okay.
don't think so.
Okay. All right, we'll move on to the Sandy dump then. So it looks like it's been pretty busy already. How's it looking here, Katie?
It is looking better, and touch wood, we haven't had the breakdowns that we've had in the past couple of years, and then we have not had the shutdown due to COVID. So it's definitely looking better, but keeping in mind that we've had off years based on the fact that we've had a lot of breakdowns in the initial working out the bugs, as well as there was the travel restrictions and so on. So, but it is off to a good start.
Yeah, and it looks like August is our better month anyway. And I mean, that's all that seems to be on the road is campers and, motorhomes. And so that's good. It's good that we're recouping something. Any questions on that, Mayor Hagman?
No questions.
Okay. We have no correspondence. Do we have any addendum, new business, anything like that, Katie? Anybody?
I don't think so.
Pretty much touched on everything.
I think we've
Okay.
hit it.
All right.
We are
But-
just looking at doing some cleanup around the marina, though. There's a lot of things at the marina that the Parks and Rec crew don't have the equipment to move. So the foreman and I will be going down, and I'll be just giving some direction as to what I'd like to see gone. It'll be filler work, so it's not going to happen all at once. It'll just be as we have time within the department to go ahead and move that out of that location.
Okay. Perfect. So is that it?
I think so.
All right. All right. I seeing nothing else. We'll adjourn. We'll get a mover, Mayor Hagman. I'll second it. And that'll be it for today. Thank you for coming out, 9:20 a.m. and see you next week or next time.
All right. See you next month.